As you start your journey into the world of technology, one of the things that you'll note you'll need is an editor. You may use it to write programs, you may use it to write configurations, and really you can use it for anything you like, even writing text files. I'm going to go ahead and show you vscode, which is a widely used editor, and I'm going to go ahead and navigate. Now, some of you may be familiar with Visual Studio, which is the commercial platform that Microsoft sells. This is a very different offering. It's been created from the ground up in the open source community. In fact, it leverages Chromium, which is the foundation upon which Google Chrome is built. Because of that, it can go across operating system. And as I mentioned, it is widely adopted by the open source community, and many companies use it, both traditional enterprises and the cutting edge digital companies. So let's go ahead and download here the stable version. I'm going to go ahead and download the one for our Windows. We'll get the stable one just to to be on the safe side. And as you can see there, the installer has downloaded, and in a second it should open up. We're going to go ahead and walk through the installation here. I'm going to choose the defaults. I'm going to go through the screens, and I will just choose the defaults on everything. While this is being installed, I should say that this is, as I mentioned, it's been widely adopted by the open source community, which means that there's a great deal of additional functionality through the plugin system that has been built. I'm going to go ahead and launch the editor now. And as soon as that comes up, I'm being asked, how do we want to open this? Which I believe refers to the help page that's automatically launched. And I'm going to go ahead and choose Google. And yes, that's what it refers to. Now that we have the browser and the editor up and running, I'm going to go ahead and double click here on a tab to create a new file. And I'm going to go ahead and change the preferences just so that we can see the font better. I'm going to go to preferences, settings. And as you can see here, I have 14. I'm going to change it to 30. And that should be enough. Let's go ahead and go back to our editor. Yeah, and you can see we have very big font. All I'm going to do is simply say hello world. And I'm going to save this file to my desktop. I'm going to go to desktop here, and I'll call it hello.html. Although we haven't written any HTML so far, I just want to be able to save it with this extension for now. This should show up here in a moment on our desktop. Well, it does. I'll note that this is simply a text file, although we have we have written the extension of HTML. And so if we drag and drop it onto the editor, we should be able to see hello world, and we do. Now I'm going to go ahead and let me make that a little bit bigger so that you can see it. Go ahead and make that font bigger. And now we're simply going to add some tags here. We'll do an H1 tag. This is simply to illustrate some of the functionality with the browser. I'm going to go ahead and save. And now when I reload the page, you'll see that the formatting is different. The browser recognized the instruction we added, which was H1, and it changed that accordingly. Now, this is a very rich community, as I mentioned, and there's support for a wide number of languages, as mentioned as well. You can simply write text if you like. You can write configuration files, and you can see there the long list of technologies, programming languages, configuration files, and many other things that are supported through this. I mentioned the plugin ecosystem as well, and you can see here a long list of plugins that could be used to add additional functionality to the editor. So as mentioned, this is a very widely used editor. It is free. The license is public domain. It is embraced by the community. Many companies use it. And as you start to explore, this is a fun one to try.